At VidCon 2018, YouTube announced a partnership with Teespring. So what is Teespring? It's me, Margaret, and what is Teespring? Well, that's a place that you would either make, buy, or sell custom merchandise. You know, you've seen people on vacation or family reunions where they've got their matching t-shirts. Well, you can order them from places like this. Sure, locally as well, but this is really neat that you could do it online. And there's a myriad of other products and stuff that you can get. But look, I mean, I made myself a t-shirt for my channel. So I thought, now that you're going to be seeing underneath a video, people's videos, there's going to be something that Teespring and YouTube call a shelf, a merch shelf. And it's basically this little thing that it has merchandise appear underneath it. Now, the YouTuber does have to set it up and design the merchandise and all that kind of stuff, but I thought you might be interested to find out if it's worth it. What's the quality of this stuff? Now, I happen to be one of those people who like to buy t-shirts and support people. As a matter of fact, I've got some right here that I've bought in the past. This came from Spreadshirt.com, and you may be familiar with that. Spreadshirt, Zazzle, Cafe Press, places like that, they're all like Teespring, but it's Teespring that has the partnership with YouTube. But this one came from Spreadshirt, and this is one of my favorite YouTubers, Justin Scarred. This belongs to Thomas, and it's about 2 years old, and it has worn really, really well. There's slight fading in the t-shirt, but that's to be expected after a couple of years, right? And the imprint is fantastic. And then this is mine, and it's about 8 years old. This is one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to. It's about Disney. It's called the Be Our Guest podcast. This is their old logo. They don't even use this anymore. And you don't wash a sweatshirt as often as you do a t-shirt, but 8 years old, I think it's held up really, really well. This is probably about the exact same as the Spreadshirt quality merchandise. This is Zazzle quality merchandise. And what I'm wearing is Teespring, and I have to say it's fantastic. Now, when I first opened it up and looked at it, I was thinking, oh my goodness, it's great, but how does it wash? And this has been washed. As soon as I took it out of the dryer, I was like, whoa, this looks really, really good. Now, I also, and this is the women's, by the way, this is the women's scoop neck, and it's a size medium, which is what I probably normally would buy. Sometimes I buy a small, sometimes I buy a medium, and this, I think, fits me really, really well. Now, this is the men's crew neck, and the fabric is thicker. This is a light, it's not a tissue knit, but it is a lighter, thinner knit. It feels great. I think it's a good quality. This is thicker. This is your typical man's t-shirt. And again, I was concerned about washing, but I think it washed really, really well. The design held up beautifully. There was no fading. And you know how when you look in the dryer lint trap, sometimes you see a lot of one color of a new item that you've washed? There wasn't a lot of this great bright green. So I was pretty impressed by that. This is they're both Hanes. They're both Hanes t-shirts. So, you know, if you're familiar with that, you know the quality of the shirt. So I was very, very pleased. I think my video was kind of washed out the color. Here in this still shot, you can see the true color of the shirt, and you can see how well the design is imprinted right into the material. And this is my homemade version. Now, I made this several years ago because I wanted to have a shirt, and I didn't think it was worth going through the effort of setting up one of these online stores like I was just talking about. And every time I wear it, there's at least one person that says, "Oh, I want to buy a shirt. Where can I get one?" But I just made this. Actually, I had just gotten my silhouette cutting machine, and so I wanted to try it out, and I thought this would be a perfect thing. But this is that iron-on. Listen. You hear that? It's that iron-on stuff. So over time, I know for a fact this does not hold up as well as a company-made, manufactured t-shirt, something like this, other than me standing in my craft room ironing it on. But it's done pretty well. And again, this is a sweatshirt, which in my house does not get washed as often as a t-shirt. But I'm really happy to say that I now have official merchandise. Now, I also ordered a mug, and I'm pretty particular about mugs. I did like it, but let me get close up so we can talk about the particulars. Here's how it arrived. Not a lot of excess packing material, yet snug as a bug in a rug. It arrived exactly as I designed it, with the Sheldon logo on the front and the blog address on the back. And you can't put the YouTube logo anywhere on there without having to jump through hoops to get approval for that, but that's fine. I like this just like it is. So here's a couple of things I wanted to look for in the quality of a mug. These are two mugs that we've got that we still use today. This was from our church back in Mississippi, and you can see how faded it is. And look back here. This was the stained glass window, a copy of the stained glass window, and it was so richly colored, but from putting it in the dishwasher, the colors have just faded. And I am going to put my mugs in the dishwasher. Now, this one is our second mug like this. This is a restaurant called Big Bad Breakfast in Oxford, Mississippi, where Ole Miss is. And Tucker loves this restaurant. It has some really good coffee, and the kids gave him this mug. And this is our second mug because the first mug completely washed away. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but this has a raised thing on it, like I can feel it. Maybe that's one reason it didn't wash as well in the dishwasher, I don't know, but this one wasn't. This is another one of my favorite mugs right here. You can see how old it is from the 2016 date on there. Erin got this from Cafe Press, we think, and it has held up absolutely beautifully in the dishwasher. As a matter of fact, this is warm from the dishwasher because I just went upstairs and got it from there. The mug appears to be exactly the same. I mean, to a T. The thicknesses of the lip and everything. And if you'll notice, they're made by the same people. You see the little logo on the bottom? So I'm feeling really good about this. Now, I have washed this about 3 times in the dishwasher right now, and it's still looking great. And I will tell you that this one faded almost immediately, so I knew, you know, this wasn't going to hold up. This one faded over time and just kind of disappeared. Another thing I like about this is the size. And do you see how thin the edges are? I just love that. I prefer drinking out of a china cup, but it's not always practical. I can't put my china cup on my heater that keeps it nice and warm. See how thick this mug is? I mean, the lip on it is considerably thicker, and I just don't enjoy drinking out of that as much. So I'm quite pleased with this one. Another thing I like are the handles, the big wide handles. I can fit all 4 of my fingers through there like that. Whereas with this one, you can only fit a couple of fingers in like this, and it's heavy. You know what I mean? It's big, thick, heavy. I'd rather be able to get a good grip on it than to, you know, hold it like that. Needless to say, this was not a gift for me. It was a gift for my husband, but I don't like it. Yes, my stuff is available for purchase. You can look below this video, it'll probably show up, or you could go to Teespring and search Sheepishly Sharing and that would pop up. But I want you to also consider doing some things for yourself. You can order just one thing for yourself that way. And it's very simple. You just go to Teespring and you hit, I think it's called Start Designing, and then you follow the steps. Now, there is a slight learning curve if you've never done any kind of design work or anything like that before, but it's really not that difficult. You just follow the on-screen steps or whatever. So you could create your own custom stuff, or maybe gifts for a family member in the future or whatever. But now you know that the quality of this stuff is really good. You know, another thing is if you are an artist, you can put your own artwork on these shirts, and you can make them available and sell them to other people. Now that I know that this shirt fits me so well and I know what it feels like, there were some really funny looking t-shirts that just made me smile that I was thinking, you know, I'm going to go back and order one of those because now I know the quality is great. But you could be doing that too. If you have a talent or creative in some way, you know, you could have your own little store. I think it would be really fun. Now, if you've stuck with me this far in this video, then I'm happy to say I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give somebody a mug. This is a great fun little mug. Keep in mind that it does come in different colors, so you could have a different background on yours as well. So when the winner contacts me with the address, then we'll discuss about the color. We're going to have the usual terms and conditions for a sheepishly sharing giveaway, and they'll be posted in the description box below. But heads up that I'm picking this winner fast this Friday the 13th as a special thank you to regular subscribers who watch and comment quickly. Thanks, guys. But I also want to say I'm going to give away 3 to some very important people right here off the bat, and that is Christina, who helps moderate the Facebook group, Joanna, who helps moderate the Facebook group, and Sarah, who moderates the Ravelry group. And that Ravelry group would not exist if it wasn't for Sarah, because it did not get a lot of activity and I was going to just shut it down, and it was Sarah who said, please don't shut it down, and she has basically runs that thing herself. And so they will be receiving mugs. They don't know it yet unless they've seen this video that they're going to be receiving mugs. So you guys just send me your mailing address and I will make sure that you get one of these as a special thank you from me for helping to moderate those groups. And don't forget that this is July, so that means the next knit crate that comes in is going to be one that I will be giving away to one of you. So be watching for the video for that. But in the meantime, I hope this information was helpful to you, and I'll talk soon. Bye.